One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. And the Seminoles will get us started with the opening kickoff. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Miami's offense will have the first possession of the game. This rivalry is one of the most storied, at least in the modern generation of college football, but last year sort of left a bad taste in everyone's mouth in Tallahassee as it just never was competitive.
It was a dominant win by the Canes. I mean, they had 440...
There he goes! Hits a seam wide open! And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got it. The Hurricanes just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. To the air, it's back. A little release to the back. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Fires to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So the quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Florida State Seminoles offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the thing. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Quickly to the tight end. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Got it behind the line. It's Pittman. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Grabbed in the backfield. It's Robinson. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Wants to throw it. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. The Seminoles are on the move. He'll do it himself. Sweet cut there. When you think of the significance of these two programs in the history of college football, remarkable that they've only been playing since 1951.
It's crazy because there's so many games you can pull out of your brain, Reese, and I'm sure because you were born then when this rivalry started, there were so many games that were so important that had such big implications, Jesse.
Yeah, it seems like over the course of 3 decades, right? The 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, every time these two teams played, Miami and Florida State, we were talking about how it would impact the national championship picture. This really has been one of the better rivalries in the sport, even though it's really not that old.
I love the start for this quarterback on 3rd down. 3rd down, obviously money down, got to have success, but to have success early, now it opens up everything. Like, we trust him, he's got a rhythm going, he's feeling good, and he got a lot of confidence.
The give is to Williams. Nice move to keep running. They worked that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. Offense gets set for second down. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. To the ground with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Finds his tight end. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. The Noles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Throws for the tight end. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage.
A shot toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. He slides that just inside the right upright. And with the field goal, we're tied here in the second quarter.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting out.
This drive will open from the 15. Back to throw, it's Beck. Flips it out on the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right on the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to get into that championship game. Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. And the Canes send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. With a quick game on first down and nothing doing there.
That's just a tremendous individual effort by the defender. He's able to defeat his block and get to the ball and get the ball down on the ground. Very, very nice job.
caught in the backfield. It's Robinson. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
Listen, nice completion, short game. Now you get to third down. Third down's more manageable. But guess what? If I don't get it on third down, I still got that fourth down in my pocket. Nowadays, analytics, we're going for it anyways.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Seminoles will punt it away on fourth down. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Wants to throw. It's Beck. He's looking deep. Got it inside the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Trying to find the end zone, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Here he comes with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit...
Intercepted. The defense has set him up. Not the biggest return, but he sets him up inside the red zone at the 19. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Daniels. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Let's it fly. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
They'll try to salvage a field. They fake it, looking for a man. And the ball comes out. What a disaster. You want to be bold and daring, but sometimes you got to know when to just take the 3. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here for the Noles and Canes.
Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Fires to the big fella. Brought down at the 27. It's a 5-yard pickup on the play. And the Noles want to move quickly.
For you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go faster, seeing it here.
They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Caught behind the line. It's McCoy. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, give the defense credit on that one, because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Scanning the field, it's Castellanos. Safe completion on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. And the Seminoles will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. First play of the drive comes from the 38. They go to the ground. Powers through the defender.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. The Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Here comes the heat. Makes the grab. It's Fletcher. Open space at the 25. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Motion from the back. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Fletcher. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Just keep giving him the easy catches until they do something to stop it.
Yeah, you're going to dictate to the defense. You're going to make the defense cover him up, and then obviously it leaves the middle of the field a little bit more wide open for receiver, for a tight end. So QB keeps making the right decision, getting the ball to running back, and he's making plays.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
Here's the pressure. Grabbed behind the line. It's Bauman. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
The safe call on the wide receiver screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Looking to get it in. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Miami. The Hurricanes continue to gain strength, and they have built a lead on the Noles.
I think that speed from Miami is really starting to show itself here in the football game, and it just doesn't look like Florida State at this point, David, can keep up with all of that athleticism.
Speed and swag. They got it going now. They got the confidence going. And when Miami gets the confidence going, it is tough to beat. Florida State's going to have to make something happen and make it happen fast.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. They're looking for an advantage to the right. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. The play action fake. Caught in the backfield, it's Webster. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. And the Seminoles need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. Back to throw, it's Castellanos. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, the offense got themselves into trouble. They're back in their own end. It's an obvious passing situation, so the defense is just pinning their ears back, and they're trying to get after him. They could not allow him to escape, step up, get rid of the football. They take a sack very close to the goal line.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Oh, that's going to be a safety.
And, man, that stings because this offense needed every single possession they had left. Now down by 2 possessions, and you're kicking the football off. That was a play that kind of just ended this one. This offense had to put points up, and instead they give up the big safety.
First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. The defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Looking for a huge play. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
This defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on third down at the dome. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going deep. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. The interception stopped the threat, and the return even better as he crosses midfield and gets it to the 49. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they...
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The Seminoles moving quickly to the line. This Hurricane defense has been an impenetrable wall all day, not moving. Turns on the Jets. Touchdown, Knowles! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. The give and tick, 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 tick. And he is just engulfed at the line by the... defensive tackle. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Got his man down the middle. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
And offenses practice this situation. This is 4-minute offense. You've got the lead late in the game. You're trying to bleed the clock and just get first downs. They do that, they stay in bounds, and the clock keeps ticking.
Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Canes need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. Makes the catch. It's Daniels. He's stopped right at the 29-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that curler.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Caught near the sticks. It's McCoy. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. To the air, it's Castellanos. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. The Seminoles are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. He's looking downfield to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10. And they spike it to stop the clock.
QB spikes the ball, and the clock is stopped.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
Brings up 2nd down.
Back to pass. Rushes on him. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Quickly complete. Lowers those pads. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
You get the touchdown, but there's not a lot of time left. So you need to get the onside kick. You may have time for one more play, one shot to throw it in the end zone and somehow see if you can steal this game.
They've got the score, 13 seconds to play, and now they have to recover the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air. It's Beck. Fires to the wideout. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
We're living dangerously now. You've got the lead late in the game. Don't do anything to turn it over, and they almost did throwing it there. If I'm the head coach now, I'm thinking, man, let's just run the ball.
And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. A rivalry defined by wide rights, wide lefts, mascot arrest went right down the middle, and a well-earned victory for the Miami Hurricanes. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.